Welcome back to All Things ETH. My name is Aaron. On this channel, we talk about all things Ethereum. Just wanted to give you a heads up. We will be talking about financial instruments today, so I want to let you know right out of the gate that I am not a financial advisor, and this is just things that I'm trying and reading into and researching myself. And I wanted to let you know what I've been up to as far as research in the ETH blockchain. And today we're talking about we're talking about yield farms in particular. So if you want to stake your ETH, flip your ETH to something else in order for it to grow in with some APRs and APYs, these are some of the places to check out. Normally on this channel we talk about projects, price, play to earn, NFTs, and that's why we're talking about Ethereum today. Everything ETH is what we do here. So let's get into my screen here. Couple little things. We did have pretty fun week. I'm just super stoked to be in Ethereum right now. In the charts, guys, I just always want to hit the charts first thing, give us an update on where we're at. We almost hit all-time highs on Ethereum yesterday as Bitcoin hit and surpassed all-time highs yesterday. I was super stoked to see this morning that Ethereum went over 64K, 64.8, 64.9 was the all-time high there. It did go up to nearly $67,000 yesterday. We're still seeing a little bit of a retrace, but that's pretty normal. I do expect it to stay, above this golden box, or in or above this golden box here, while we're doing a little bit of retest. Totally normal after a nutty day as we have had over the last, look at this. Gosh, October 6th, today is the 21st, and we have just gone up and sideways and up and sideways and up. And I'm guessing we're going to go sideways here for a little bit before we just go off to the next level. I know a lot of people are saying, Carl from the Moon is talking about 74. Crypto is saying the same thing about Bitcoin. A lot of people are saying we should be seeing near 70s next. And then a lot of people are saying that we're probably going to see a bounce back to the 63, 64 range by the end of the month. We'll see. With the plan B, specifically the predictions there that have been so good the last couple of months. At or above 63K is plan B's prospectus for this month, and we've obviously gone above that already. Currently testing 63, 63.5, and I do expect us to be in this range, if not higher, by the end of the month. So congratulations to all you Bitcoin holders, congratulations to all you ETH holders. ETH, I do expect to be above all-time highs, or right about all-time highs at the end of the month here, guys. And we probably will see some decent resistance around 4,400, which we already have. We bounced off once, essentially. I bet we'll come down and retest this this upward sloping channel that we've been in since August 5th when we had the London hard fork. We've obviously gone out of it and gone below it, but we were in it for the last week, and then we popped out of it yesterday and went to the moon. So congratulations all of you who hold ETH. Wow, awesome. Here we go. So yeah, there we go on that. I do want to go into one metric that I'm checking on a daily basis, guys, is trade confident. Now, what I'm showing you here is a part of their paid service. I don't feel bad doing it on my videos as he does it in his videos. So if I won't show you the live trades, as he doesn't do that, he keeps that for his subscribers. But I will show you where we're at in the emotional index and the short versus longs here. We are at the top of the spectrum basically or not quite. I'm sorry. The blue line here is where we're at. We're in the excited, not quite the greedy range. I would expect to see a pretty significant pullback if we were in the greedy. When we're in the excited, we're probably going to head back towards neutral before we go up again. We are seeing more short trades and long trades, so we're gradually going up on the longs, gradually going up on the shorts. Maybe even, I don't know, we may see a little drop in the shorts, but that's not terribly likely. Long versus short trade risk. You know, we're in the good short trade range right now. I would expect, I mean, if you did it this morning, obviously super early, did a short trade when we're up near 4,400, that would make a lot of sense to make some money as we retest, but I won't be shorting, guys, on this, especially during a bull run. And then whale and institutional smart money flow right now. There is so many more short trades in the market than there are longs. This is just very indicative of the what the smart money is doing, and so the whales and the smart money, they're gonna dump it for first. So that's what we're gonna see probably today, maybe tomorrow, and then we'll probably start heading back up. Is my thoughts, my opinion. So anyway, yeah, this is just more metrics that we get here. I'm probably not gonna show those off too often, as they're more for the paid users, guys. But shout out to Trade Confident. They do some awesome metrics, and this is all on chain. This is not some, you know, opinions based on what they're, you know, charting. Like they are basing these off of, I mean, this is legit metrics directly from Binance in particular on the ETH chain. So anyway, we're talking about yield farming, guys, and a great place to start for your yield farms is going to CoinMarketCap.com and just checking out, you know, I currently have the highest APYs check marked. Obviously, many of these aren't going to have to do with Ethereum, so I'm going to show you some of the ones that I've found that I'm going to probably be checking out, and as I check them out, I'll show you what I'm doing, guys. But right now, I'm just going to give you an overview. You know, the first one I see here that really has ETH involved is the Sushi swap, and the Sushi swap is definitely the most ubiquitous. Now, Sushi is on most chains. I think it started on Ethereum, and so what you guys can do in here is you can, you know, pick a pair, drop in some ETH, drop in the pair as well, and then you see your annualized APRs. I think these are APRs. Yeah, APRs. And then, so they're pretty ubiquitous. You can, you know, if you have the second token, is really how you make your money in these. Like say you've gotten an airdrop from one of these particular projects, and you want to add some liquidity to their to Sushi swap in these protocols. It's the way to go. In fact, I see some spell here. We'll show you how to get some spell actually in a little bit here, but so just wanted to give you a quick overview. I think Sushi's on Solana. I think Sushi is on a couple other chains, and I'm pretty sure it's on ADA as well. So or Cardano, and just it's kind of the most ubiquitous. Now have heard that places like there's a couple that are being created on chains specifically, and those are the ones that are going to have more liquidity or more higher APRs rather, that are chain specific. So Sushi, being the most ubiquitous, can't quite compete with those that are on specific to a chain, like a Solana specific swap, or I think even Uniswap might be more specifically focused on the Ethereum, as it was probably one of the first swap and farming, the ability to farm in adding liquidity to these markets is really what we're doing here. So one thing to look for is the TVL, that's total value locked. Making sure to check on higher TVLs, that will give you more security. However, the higher the TVL, the lower typically the lower the percentage. And I would be careful, guys, with you know, super low TVLs, especially, or with newer projects, or even super high TVL. Like if you have some massive, like 300% is quite a bit. I'm not really sure. I mean, this is a question mark, so Per doesn't even have the right you know, avatar, if you will, on Sushi swap. I would be careful. Really low TVL, only $8,000. Yeah, sure, you can make 300% on your money, but you're more than likely going to have a pump and dump situation. So just be careful there. A couple that I really want to talk about here is this Alcomix. Alcomix is ETH specific, so what you're going to be doing, and in fact you don't even have to put anything else. So this is a cool part about Alcomix in particular, and some of the others I'm going to talk about, is that you don't have to have the paired token to get the APRs. You do have to transfer your ETH into the Alchemist ETH or AllThingsETH. So you know, there's a little bit of a challenge there. You do have to change it from ETH, and you can't just take your AllThingsETH and bring it over into Coinbase. You will have to change it back into ETH. So there's a transaction fee there. But some of the cool things about this is that you can just straight up drop in your Ethereum only and get currently 10% APR, which is pretty great. I mean, that's better than what we're getting on Coinbase for staking ETH, and you can pull it out just about anytime you want, which is great. Another thing that's cool about Alcomix is you can actually borrow against your staked if you want to, and that's a whole nother thing. I mean, you can borrow straight up, you can borrow against what you have staked, and it'll tell you what your liquidity, or your I believe it'll tell you your liquidation and all that. So just look into those, do some more research. And then next one here is Ribbon. Ribbon Finance is really interesting. This is actually, instead of adding liquidity to a pool for swaps, you're actually on Ribbon, you're taking advantage of options contracts. So you're selling long, what is it specific? I think covered calls. So if you're familiar with options trading, guys, when you're you can buy calls and you can sell calls. If you buy a call, you're expecting to make the difference between the strike price and the price of the asset at the time of expiration, right? So if somebody needs to sell you that contract. So what it's doing is selling a contract way out of the money, and then assuming that the price of ETH stays under a certain threshold, that strike price, you make the premium of that contract. So the person buying the covered call is paying that premium price, and the premium is the risk factor you have, the only risk factor you have in that buying call situation. Now the covered call, if you do, if the price does go above the contract owner, the person that bought the covered call does have the option to exercise, and that in that case, they're going to own the Ethereum that's at the strike price. So they're going to get the profit above, but they're also going to be able to purchase the Ethereum at the strike price, which could essentially liquidate your pool into, I mean, it would be USDC, I assume, or something similar to some stable coin, but you can immediately buy it back, but you're going to buy it back at a loss because you have that difference in your buy price. So one thing that I have looked into here with Ribbon Finance is they do tell you exactly what the strike price is for the current week. It's way out of the money, guys, at $4,600. I mean, even with that mad dash to the upside yesterday, almost hitting all-time highs at $4,400, $4,600 is pretty safe. And I think by Friday, we're a day away right now. I don't think that's gonna get hit, and we're only talking about 0.36%. Now, when I did options trading, I was optioning on some high movers. I was actually doing Bitcoin mining stocks for a while, so I was selling and buying and puts and calls on Mara, and that was very interesting and very lucrative because there's some other people out here on YouTube that specifically teach you how to do that and profit very well. I mean, it's like 10% at a time, with very risky covered calls and selling puts and sort of these things. But this is a very safe. I think they're doing a really good job at Ribbon of being safe, and even if they do lose the if the strike price ends up in the money, or the price of ETH actually ends up in the money over the strike price on these covered calls, it doesn't really hurt the stakers that much. I mean, it's the Ribbon itself kind of takes care of the maintenance of the account, and it just if it doesn't quite make it, if ETH is higher than the strike price or in the money, then you're just limited to how much you can take out at the time. And for the most part, these guys are super conservative, and so you can see, there's one here that looks like it dropped as far as the yield. Must have lost a trade there, essentially. ETH in the money on this particular week, but then since then they've been on a pretty consistent curve here. It looks like, what are the date range here? So October 7th through April. It's a pretty decent. I mean, 5% in half a year. It's not bad at all. I mean, looking like, if you're consistently doing it, APRs, look to be in the 10%. APY, they do say 20% APY. That's current projected, so that's pretty good. Whether or not that hits, I mean, it looks like they've only been doing it since March, so we'll see where we end up. But just to they give you some APY comparison here with Compound and DYDX, and obviously 20% is way better than 0.18%. So and obviously 20% is better than what Alcomix is telling you, and that if Alcomix is double what Coinbase is giving you for staking, and you can withdraw anytime, same with Ribbon, if you wanted to withdraw anytime, and you're getting 20%, that's pretty great profits, guys. That's pretty great. So I'm going to be looking into these in particular. Now there are a couple more. So I mentioned Spell before. Abracadabra is a liquidity pool situation where if you stake ETH, you can get back these Spell tokens in your what you get in return. So instead of getting ETH back in return, you're gaining these ERC20s, these Spell ERC20 tokens as your increase or your dividend. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. And and then you can take your Spell and your ETH and bring it into something like Sushi Swap and make those, much higher APRs. I want to find Spell again, but yeah, 145% APR if you're doing a liquidity pair. So obviously you'd have to probably get a decent amount of Spell to make it worth it for how much Ethereum you'd like to deposit. And really, guys, I think in this world, with the transaction fees you see on ETH and the gas fees, these are all layer ones that I'm talking about so far. They just the gas fees for transfer back and forth, you really want to be in the neighborhood of $10,000 minimum, or 2 to 3 ETH, just to make it profitable from a long hold perspective. If you're gonna short hold, you obviously want to have 20 to 30 K in these liquidity pools, just to make it profitable, or for actually taking the time to do it. Otherwise, just locking it up in ETH 2.0 on Coinbase, or doing something similar is the way to go, because of gas fees in particular. And then let's see, Ondo Finance. This is another one that's pretty interesting. These ones actually take advantage of Sushi Swap and Uniswap farms, but they kind of aggregate a lot of funds all at once. They call them vaults. So these are the active vaults currently on Ondo that they've obviously done some partnerships with Sushi and Uni, and they're getting higher APRs or APYs for these contracts, and they're only 1 month durations. So you know, 30% divided by 12 obviously is what you're going to get in a month, but these are the different options that you have as yield farmer. So I do understand that this one will give you a notification, or if you go and follow them on their Twitter, you can find out when the next vault will open, and then you get a chance to put in as much ETH as you have to get on a waiting list. And the waiting list, I understand, goes real fast, so you have to act quickly when these are available. But the APYs are again 30% on Ondo, 20% projected on Ribbon, and 10% on Alcomix. So I'm kind of just going from low to high here right now. Now there's a couple more that I want to talk about. These ones are a little bit more interesting. Their curve does a lot of different liquidity pool options. This this interface drives me nuts. It feels very CryptoPunk NFT sort of style, and some people dig it. It's kind of Minecrafty, what I'm saying, but I've honestly this makes me feel like I'm looking at something 1998 internet. So gives me a little bit of mental dissonance looking at it. But I do understand that if you click ETH here and you have a couple of options, these APYs aren't very great, obviously. So variable at 2.98. A couple guys that I follow swear by this. Just wanted to let you know it's out there. So I don't. I think this is a great place to swap some of these crazy, these anchor ETH, and I don't know what RETH specifically is. I'm sure it's a wrapped ETH of some sort. Staked ETH is the SETH, and then there's STEH, which is again it's a different sort of stake ETH. So you really want to be careful about compatibility and know exactly what you're doing here to make sure your trades are going to be correct for what you're doing, and you're not paying extra gas, and especially if you're making mistakes. That's no good. So do your research, guys. I'm just showing you some of the things that I've learned and that some of the projects I'm looking into. Urine is another one that's similar to Curve, and you can get some some decent APRs in here, or APYs, and just go through these guys. Again, I think Ribbon, I think Alcomix, and obviously Sushi are probably the most, Sushi's the most ubiquitous. Alcomix and Ribbon are newer, kind of different ways to make a yield. And then Ondo, obviously, if you can get into some of these pools, you're dealing with Sushi inside of Ethereum. I feel pretty confident about these investments, guys. I don't think you're going to get, I really don't even think it's possible in Ondo to get a rug pull, because you're participating for only a month and everybody's in and out at the same time. It's not like you're in and somebody can yank the rug right from under your feet. So let me know in the comments what you're looking into as far as farming on Ethereum, and love to hear your guys' comments and thoughts on this specific DeFi use of the Ethereum network. Until next time, guys, if you like coffee and crypto, run over to friedrichscoffee.com, order yourself a 12-ounce, couple 12-ounce bags of roasted to order amazing coffee beans shipped to the continental United States. And if you use code FREESHIPUSA at checkout, you get $5 off, which covers the cost of shipping throughout the 48 continental United States, and it helps the channel out, guys. So run over there, grab yourself some coffee. If you're into coffee and crypto, please support my channel that way. And again, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get more of my content. I'm hoping that you guys are finding value in this, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Have a good one.